Hello. This video might be long. I'm sorry I don't have a plan, but I'm here to give my first professional opinion about this plugin, Rippler, reFX Rippler. Something like this. But first, I want to make a little introduction, a very short introduction of myself, and mostly why do I think I should review it. So I've been doing music for way more than 20 years. I don't care to remember how many, if I'm honest. I'm sorry if I make any English mistakes because it's not my native language, as you might have been able to tell at this point. So the thing is, I really like Tiago Ribeiro, who created Rippler X, the original. I like his work. I never met the person. I spoke to him once and expressed my admiration of his work. He created many very interesting projects, and Rippler X is one of them. So I want to kind of frame why am I looking at this? Why do I think this is an important step, and what downsides do I see in that product? All right, I never played it before. This is my first 5 minutes. You're just looking at it, so we're exploring together. I'm going to be completely honest, and I'm also coming from two things I do. I do professional music production, which means I try to make things as good as they may be, as fast as I can. You can look at my main channel, Vospi, where I create a track a day for a month, and they are all, I hope, at least good quality in different genres. I'm going to do this in a month, again, by the way, 1st of October, so if you're interested, subscribe there. But I also teach. This is how I earn my money, so my job is to find, again, these solutions for my students. I want to explain things clearly, and I want to recommend things that are actually worth it. Worth their time, worth their money, worth their CPU time as well. So I am kind of, if you think I'm nitpicking, this is the nature of it. This is why I'm doing that, all right? And now, what is this? This is an amazing synth, I think, because this is one of the one from a very short list of examples where we get physical modeling for free. And it's very good. I get it, by the way, if I mispronounced the name, I'm very sorry. I even found a couple of spellings of it online. I think it's Tiago. I think Tiago was inspired by Chromophone. I think he even said as much. I adored Chromophone for years and years and years. It's an AAS product. If you are not like, if you never tried anything connected to physical modeling, I'm going to explain it very briefly to you. So you have, imagine that you're hitting something with a mallet, with a stick, with a brush. This something might be a string, a metal plate, different things. So these concepts is what the physical modeling is presenting you with right here. And also you have an option to not hit the thing, but kind of blow on it or rub it or bow it, you see? So it's a different representation of energy. It's not a hit and then the energy comes down. You can go up and down, basically. Like if you are singing or, playing a flute or something. Like this, right? So this is a very, very, very great thing for all of us because it enables us to synthesize things like this. This is what I did. This is my own patch. And also, like, you have to spend a bunch of CPU on that, unfortunately. But what you get in return is a very, very fine degree of control of a very fine instrument that sounds physical, as in the name. It sounds as if it's a real thing. I don't mean that it's a copy of a real recording. What I mean is kind of reacts to the velocity of me playing very realistically. And I can tune it, which I cannot with samples, which is very useful when you are creating a certain, picture in your mind or in the track. Give you a couple of examples here. This is down low, that's why it sounds so weird. So we have a bunch of resonating things here. This is not the main course. This is the synth this is based on. This is why I'm prefacing with this. And like I've created a bunch of different patches for it. Because it's that CPU hungry, it's kind of voice limited. Even 16 is not enough sometimes for me. I have a very, very beefy CPU. I have like 16 core, not top of the line, but close to it. And still, like, I like stereo, so I do a couple of them to the left and to the right. So I'll give you an example in a track of how it could perform for you. So this is not exclusively Rippler X, but there is already like a bunch of it in here. There's Piano Tech, which I'm a huge fan of. Some samples, candlesticks, things like that. And some of the marimbas you hear in the background are from Rippler X. There it's even named like that. So it's, switch the preset to another one. I mean, I'm barely scratching the surface. We have to get to this thing. So this is free. You can download it right now. I think it's multi-platform. I only care about Windows, but I care about macOS in case when my students care about it. I think it's great. I think it's a must-have. I think it's irreplaceable. Okay, case closed. Rippler X is fantastic. All right, at least at the point of me recording this video, I don't know of any, good replacements. So, as far as I understand, this product is a combination of these things. It's a Rippler X. How do I close this thing? It's a combination of Rippler's engine right there, and, a bunch of goodies that we're used to. So modulations, effects, macros, things like that, which is great, but this is paid. This is right now introductory price, $99. It's, I think, $130 or $120 something, the full price. You have to register first, and then you get to download the demo. I was kind of annoyed with that, but it's a small installation, 4 megabytes or something like that. Very easy. I double-checked it, even with VirusTotal, everything is fine. So, okay, let's run with it. I never play the thing. I already have like even a couple questions about what I see. But let me open with this. I think this product is important. I think that we have, technology like this for a while now. And we only have a handful of products that really use it to a full potential. Some of them are very focused, like Piano Tech, like Modal Bass. I own both of them. I am a big fan. I even own Modal Drum, which didn't pan out, I guess, but I still very much enjoy physical modeling. I think it has a great future. And some, products on the market showed very interesting takes on that. Modal filters are becoming a thing, which I'm very happy about. So without, expanding on that, AAS had the technology, a decade ago, more, and they barely did anything with it. They create, I'm a fan, by the way. But I'm just saying that we advanced so much with the modulations, with the appetite of the consumer as well. Like before, you could get by with just really great presets. Now, I don't think you can. Not in the enthusiast market that I think represent. And I like that we get a nice combination of two things. This might be the only one that I mean, there is Imagine. I have Imagine as well. What's the company? I'm blanking on it. Let me open it for you. I use it in commercial products. I recently did the sound for JetBrains and their conference, and I used it there. I used it on my 10K online project. So it's a worthwhile product that I paid for and love. But, it's kind of, it still plays this, you are not really a serious consumer card. They don't give you everything under the hood. Instead, they give you combinations and kind of macros to the combinations, which is fine, works. It's, I would like more. And this is more. This one is more, I guess, but let's look into it. So right away, I have a complaint. I tried, presets are presets. You can create your own if you're that good. Like, I didn't like Bell presets. This electric piano is fine. Don't mean to know. It's like a matter of taste, obviously. But I have a delay. There. I hate. I hate it. I don't like this. I don't need that. Whatever is your reason for doing that, you need to get rid of this or give me an option of turning this off forever. Because I know you're thinking about people who are just programming tracks, but I want to play as well. And this, I know this is not that much, but I can feel it. I honestly felt it. When I played this, then I switched to this. Obviously, you cannot tell, but I can obviously tell that I'm kind of, drowning in the instrument. When you're playing keyboards for as long as I did, don't mean to boast, I just never stopped doing music. That's why it's not like I'm such a great keyboard player. But you kind of feel it right away. When the instrument is kind of, laggy just a little bit. Someone who doesn't know, they wouldn't notice. They're just, trying their instrument, things like that. When I'm doing an arpeggio, I can instantly tell, okay, something's wrong. I don't know if I can turn it off. I might explore. So now the exploration part starts. And let me tell you why I'm interested, besides this plugin being important in my opinion. There is this thing called One Synth Challenge, which I urge you to check out if you don't know, if you're not familiar. KVR One Synth Challenge, been running for years. Great thing for developing your skills. Has its quirks, as most things do. But the idea is that you create a track from one synthesizer. So I participated like I think like under a dozen of times, maybe 8 or 10 times. I won my first one. I love the challenge, and I'm interested when I know that I can squeeze a lot from the plugin. You're not allowed to use external modulations plugins. That's why if like the chorus is not there, you're not allowed to use it. But other things like delay, reverb, distortion are fair game, equalizers, obviously. So this is this month's synth, despite it being paid. Good on reFX for, taking this thing. But Rippler X was already, before in the picture, so I don't know what's the business arrangement there. But if you want me to do the presets for a product, please message me, because I love doing that. And I think I do a great job, honestly, without being, Okay, let's look into what we have here and what can we do. Let me switch back to the init, or should we just play some of the presets first? So, okay, nice look to it. Don't know what that is, and I honestly don't have that good of an eyesight. So, okay, init. Okay, that makes sense. It's on the top, comfortable to take. There's a number there. All right. Is that a tag? I guess so. Okay, that looks good. Banks. Fine, good interface, I think. Plucked should be a thing that it's the most powerful with. Let me look into it. Okay, nothing special. What I don't like in these presets, okay, the sound of Merlin, don't take it personally. KV, don't take it personally. I'm just saying. What I don't like is that these reverbs and delays, they sound so stock, they mask the synth. Although, if it's still mono, I kind of get why you had to do that, because otherwise it will sound flat. Okay, there we go. I think the Slayers, this physical thing on top with the regular synth thing, which is, again, what I was talking about. We need more of that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Some velocity sensitive, okay. Sensitivity, sorry. Okay. Handles the voices decently, in my opinion. There is no obvious cutoffs. Okay. All right. This uses arpeggiator, I would imagine. There it is. I'm not very interested in these things, but I guess for consumers who not programming everything by hand might be useful. Okay, this sounds really nice. You see how it kind of escalates the pitch up? Okay, I'm warming up to the thing. Can you hear that? It's, you know, slightly out of pitch, as if I'm like heavily muting the string, so the pitch is off. I like that. You see, when I don't double click, it does this preview thing. I'm not sure, but I can turn it off, I suppose. Can I just switch, or do I have to double click? Have to double click. Kind of, I'm used to just clicking, especially with this undo being there. I don't think I need to double click. I would rather click once, if I'm honest. All right. You're promising piano. This is like a big promise. Let's hear your pianos, guys. Obviously not piano, but yeah. I mean, it says synthetic, so fair enough. Intimate piano. Intimate enough. I don't like the slight... Did you hear the graininess of the reverb? There's something going on with that. Can you hear that? The early reflection, or maybe an internal clipping. I don't like that. Target practice. What's this? All right. Again, this is, you know, not piano, but this is very, 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 very usable. Although the CPU is going crazy right now. If 80 is our baseline, should I close something? Should I, for example, close the original? Oh, there we go. That, oh my God, that freed the voices quite a bit. There must be some bug in there. Should I update? Maybe. Okay, so our baseline is 44% and very beefy CPU, 16 cores. There we go. So this is the usual, you know, not many synths handle multiple voices with grace, but this especially wouldn't do that. That's expected. So if you need to perform, either you get like a good, you know, computer on stage and pray that you don't exceed the thing, or you resample it. There are things that maybe even in your DAW built in, I have this, that enables me to create a sample library from the thing. That would you would greatly benefit. Of course, it will not sound exactly the same, but it will do just fine. And you will, you know, you will pay 2 gigabytes or 5 gigabytes of space for one library, and you will save a bunch of CPU. Because otherwise, I wouldn't be able to use it on my older laptop. It's just not possible. But the sound is very nice. Screech, seriously, a separate category of screech. Oh my God. I don't think this is, you know, worth a separate category. What's this? All right, sequences. Is that a switch? I suppose this is. Okay. This is a bass note? Okay. I see these patches more of a, you know, an advertisement for the plugin, or, you know, even as a support assignment, but good drum. I can definitely like make it bigger with effects and it will be just fine. Big drum too, seriously. Right. All right, I like this. I like the overblow thing that it does. All right, also fine. Bells, I already flicked for that because I thought it would be the strongest suit. I didn't like any of them. So I think this is a little bit overboard with effects. Okay, again, not really a physical modeling sound, but a good sound. should I take my words back? I think this is fairly nice, at least. Aftertouch, don't have aftertouch. No, these are fine. It's just maybe not what I was thinking about. And also they all have this, you know, drowned out quality. Not one of them was clean and close. They're all far and, you know, drowned in delays and reverbs. Maybe drowned is a strong word, but you know what I mean. All right, should we stop? Guitars, I'm kind of curious about the guitars. This sounds more like a sample from the 80s than a synth from 2026. This is better. Just for a comparison, all right? I have guitar in my piano tech. It's a demo though, but still I do. What was the name of the track that I used it in? Let me just filter by guitar. Where is it? I'm sorry. Didn't prepare for this much. I don't use it too often, if I'm honest. The guitar in there. There it is. This one. So I know it's not perfect, but you can instantly tell that this is way better. So what I'm saying is, it's not replacing you a dedicated product, but it's, you know, it's usual, it's what you do when you create patches. It sounds like a guitar, it plays the role of the guitar. That's why it's there. I'm just saying that this is, you know, this is good sounding, but so far this is nothing to write home about, at least masked in all these effects and layered with the synths. It's, you know, it reminds me of, whatever Roland things, you know, Romplers and PCM synthesizers, things like that. Okay, so should we start designing and looking around? So what do we start with? What's the, again, double click, messed this up. So one thing you will instantly notice is this problem. There it is. Can you tell it's kind of dull? Let's look at the analyzer and understand why. It looks like a roll-off, but it's actually a very, very steep fall because we are out of harmonics. We're out of partials. Only 32 of them, 64 tops, which means at the top you don't need that much. You actually don't. Can you count them? Definitely not 64. That's because we're already over. But below, you do. And that's where it doesn't shine. Like, doesn't work. It sounds very, very, very not natural. But this is like a fundamental problem. You need thousands of them to make it classy and real. And, FL Studio, by the way, has a very old synthesizer, which I think has the most, the biggest count of these things out of any commercial plugins. And this sounds very, very metallic. Let me find something else. But it isn't a sampler. It is an additive synth, which is extremely rare to have something like this. Sorry if it's a bit too... I mean, effects again are, a bit cheap, but also the synth is like 10 years old, I think. At least Ogun, was here for a while. Oh, what's up with this vibrato, man? I need to have like a good preset on hand too. Oh, there we go. Isn't that perfect? Despite, the voice is cutting off, but these are all signs. So there's so much of them that it sounds so clean. And this is only possible when you reach here, here, and you have like perfect phase coherence. Otherwise, what you do is you layer it. That's why we have these synth things going on here. Because now we can mask this thing with a saw. I imagine this is what I'm expected to be doing. But let me dive headfirst. Finally, all this introduction. If I was alone and not with my guests, I would be already done with that, with the part of trying these things out. I'd never start with presets. I go straight in, usually because I want to know what can I do. The interface looks clear enough. These are clearly our modulators. These are MPE that I won't be needing, and big modulators, velocity, key, aftertouch, randomization. We'll see about that, how, multi-voice that is. But let's see what we have. We have noise and exciter. So exciter is something that hits the thing, and if it's softer, it will sound softer. Almost as if it's a very, very soft mallet. This is the opposite, Oh my God, now we're talking. Different impulses for the exciters, huh? Okay. All right, that's the plan. So this is what's going on. Usually it's like a short click, the exciter is. But here you have a choice. And what is going on is this thing is going through what's called a modal filter. So it kind of resonates. And I guess, oh my God, now we're talking. All right, where's my velocity? Let me create a nice thing here. How do I adjust the thing? Okay, I just catch it with my, oh, that's intuitive enough. On the outside, you change this. See, what I don't like is that it kind of cuts off, but I guess it would be polyphonic. I didn't spend much time with it, as you saw. I think that's very nice. Can I do my own impulses? Yes, I can. All right. Okay, I'm getting excited here. Where are my custom one-shots? I want to experiment. There they are, recorded from my AMX. Not actually mine. Okay. I want to do this. Can I drag and drop? Please. No. Okay. Can I kind of drag and drop? Kind of drag and drop? Like this? No? God damn it. All right. Give me a second here. I'm opening the folder. I want to see what I can do with the thing. Import sample. Which one was it? I already forgot. I'm sorry. I'll pick something out of the list. Was it number 5? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. This was a very, very... this was an exciter that would go for a long while, huh? Direct out, I suppose. So now we hear the sample itself. Okay, useful for layering. I hope it's modulatable so I could, cut out the tail and get only... I guess it is. Cannot really tell yet. Give me a second. Where is my volume of the first resonator? Doesn't matter, I can hear it. Yeah, I can shorten it. That's good. That's good for layering. What is that? Okay, this is just basically what I was looking for. I mean, it's fine. Interesting even. What I'm still missing is stereo. I really, really, really am missing like the ability of doing a couple of them, one to the left, one to the right. Can I do that? Is this my pen? No, this is just volume. And this is the... What is this actually? If this is volume. I mean, it kind of changes the sound. So I guess this is like my first guess was actually this is like going into the filter. Oh, it has 2 layers like the third chromophone does. Can I copy? If I can't copy one to the A to B, you know you screwed up. I cannot find this function. It doesn't mean it's not there, but you know this is very useful. And Chromophone has it. Please add that if you're listening. I need to just copy it there, tweak a couple of things, span it left and right, and be done with that. So I'll do this. And then on the right, okay, I guess it's there, but this is like a very simple patch. What if I had something way more complex? You know what I'm saying? All right, pan it to the right. Don't have individual pans there, so it's completely mono, I guess, the function inside this one page. So if I, tweak this enough, I'll get a nice sound out of it, a sound that would sound more balanced than it does now. Also, like, I only have velocity applied to this one, so I guess I'll have to work on that. Right there, velocity, where is it? The interface is fine. At least it's very, very clear to read. My eyes aren't tired at all. We'll see about the details. It's not that I'm not thankful for a great product. I'm just, cautious. Nothing wrong with that, right? I usually hear like this overtly complicated, excited tone about anything. And I'm like, really? Is it that exciting? Like my plugin is acting up. Give me a second. Still acting up. Not loading the presets. There we go. Too many versions of the same plugin. All right. Need to get a macro, and I think I'll get it to decay here and decay there. What I want to do is increase it at the same time. Okay, this does work. Custom resonators alone, I'm sold. I'll find use for this. So the worst part about it is the resolution of the thing. If you're afraid for my CPU, paint it red. Obfuscate it somewhere. Just give me the option, will you? I'll decide if I want to burn my CPU on one patch. I mean, I'd like to, in this case, it's very, very closed off, this patch, and I really don't have any option to open it up aside from climbing up in the tessitura, and still it's not too open, if I'm honest. Very, very nice. Was it internal clipping that I heard, or was it my limiter that caught that? Let me experiment once again. Tops out at a certain point, doesn't it? Is there a safety limiter that I can disable? I don't like these things. Don't seem to see a settings page. System. All right, there we go. UI scale, yeah, audio in and audio in. This is an effect as well. That's great. Single click, there we go. Someone asked them. I'm keeping that on. Trigger noise generator. Yeah, retrigger. And retrigger mallet noise. Yeah. Options. There we go. This is what I like. I like options. Not many of them, and not the one I was looking for. Not as far as I can tell. But also this mapping is very weird. Iago, what's wrong with you? Why is that the default? I saw that in your new Congratulations, by the way, on the KVR thing. But why is that the default? All right. Should we do something else? I'm keeping this one, but let me try something else. So does it disable itself fine? Yeah, the CPU is dropping down, so we're fine. That's not the one I was looking for. Rippler, clone. Okay. So let me clear the patch. Doesn't clear, by the way. Now it does. That was weird. I suppose there was some logic to it because I stayed in the init while I was designing it, but you know. All right, let's do a random resonating pad of some sort instead of the resonating thing. Let's do noise. Okay, this is very, very bright. Let me find something interesting. Okay, we have more resonators at play, which is great. I guess this is not tonal enough for our purposes. So it advertises coupling. Let me see how do I do the coupling. Oh my God. I think this one is coupling. Let me protect you. Yeah, I can see why you need the safety limiter in this product. Still, it doesn't mean I like it. What it does basically, because I'm not a programmer, I don't know for sure, but this is just layering. This is you listening to this and this, which is fine and useful as well. But this redirects the energy of this into this as if it was an exciter. As far as I understand, that's what it's doing. And that enables us to create more things that are not only, complex, but also alive, not static. Because in this case, it's just a sample kind of going through resonators. This is how I understand modal filters. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I don't want to be wrong. This is noise. It can be stereo, guys. Please. It would be so amazing to just have it in stereo. All right. But of course, that means, I guess, that it would have to, be left and right. Although I can, test it by routing noise through it if it does advertise this to me. Audio in, right? All right. Doesn't matter. Let's get back to business. Let's create something that is more based on this technology, open it up a little bit. I'll stick to my left to right plan. So this is left. Why can't I just copy? Why? That would be so easy to do. So fast as well. Import expression, refresh presets, nothing of the sort. All right, let me do it again. What was it? Drum head. Material down, resonators 3 to 4, enable the 4th, change it to something else like a vibraphone, pan to the right, nothing going in, Y, okay, this is Y. All right, how tonal are you? Fairly tonal, but not enough. And tonal? Really not. So let me work on that. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work for us. Let me look for something else. Yep, that might work. Not really, Should I find something? This is going to resonate very much, right? Because they're going to hit each other into the resonators. But I'll try. Okay, this is voice-like. How about I map this to an LFO? This sounds fun. This is what AAS was missing for a long time. extensive modulation system, not a couple of macros. Okay, get here. What about the right? They are both plain. I'm just filtering it out. This is my vibe-coded plugin to measure the width in LUFS and give me fast filters. Stereo, left, right. Use it for myself. Took a while as well. Should we do another LFO? Can I copy by any chance? No, I can connect it, but not copy. Again, do I need to manually do all this if I can copy one to another? With like, maybe I'll try another shortcut just to give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, I tried pretty much all the function keys. But what I like about this UI is that it is really responsive. A bit of a horror-ish situation. All right, what about the stereo? If I go lower. Okay. The phase inversion is a bit much, but we can check. Yeah, it's pretty much like a pink noise at this point. And this meter sometimes says that it's wider than pink noise. The easy way to mitigate that would be something like this. I'm not keen of doing that usually. On doing that, sorry. But this will usually solve the problem. Yeah, this sounds realistic enough to me. Okay, should we explore the effects? Layer 1, layer B, all right, that's nice that we have the separation. But we don't need it in this case, so let's look stereo. I'll check on something that is mono, which is like, oh, there it is. There's our guy. I was looking for you all along. And you're here. All right, is the delay gone now? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's lower, but it's not gone. See, I have a beef with that. So, distortion, give me an option. Give me an option. Disable your oversampling or whatever. This deal, I need to get like a cleaner preset for you to demonstrate these. Yeah. Okay, let's do what? Let's do one layer and test stereoizer on this. Stereoizer. Oh my god, what's this word? So it's a modulation effect. Okay, sounds good. How intrusive is it? I mean, about what I would expect. Not intrusive here. Can I go overboard with it? This sounds overboardish to me. This sounds like, you know, a comb filter pan to left and right or something like that, because it separates the timbre. Yeah. Doesn't matter, it's nice. I approve. EQ. 4 bands, selectable. Peak, and in this case, we have low cut and low shelf. Okay, again, respectable and useful. This is what it is. You can tell, you know, instantly. Not a big fan of wow and flutter, or of drops, if I'm honest. But it will be useful if I had to feed it into the reverb or something that I did before. Phaser. Nice one. Even at full mix, it doesn't sound too intrusive to me. I mean, it's watery now, but it was watery before. Compressor. Oh my god, seriously? No, that's not good. 5 milliseconds, 40 milliseconds release, and you're clipping. Where? Guys, that's not good. Let's clip in here as well. No, that's not good. No. Compressor down, goes down. And it's not spoke of again. This is how you would usually... See, this is, I think, what other people did on their presets. Like, I can get that from a triangle. I don't need a physical modeling thing for that. A good chorus, it's fine. Tremolo, also very useful. Delay. Okay, delay is important in that I want to see if I can, wash it out. I cannot. This is delay. Delay is good. Delay is useful. Bucket delay. Okay, this is the one that you wash out. Oh, it's very, very low resolution. Very, very early on, you can hear the introduction of the effect of the, kind of bit crush and sample crushing thing. I don't like that. Should be an option, I think. Very nice default preset. I can definitely tell that care went into this. Can I enable a bunch of them to see how do I scroll through the thing? Mouse works fine. Yeah, million effects, which you really don't need. I think your kind of particle. What is this? Okay. So this is some kind of a shimmer thing combined with granular thing, because it goes down an octave and then it feedbacks. Okay, it's not shimmer because there's no feedback, but it has like a couple of layers that you create. Okay. Very, very easy to create good effects with that. So that's good. I know it could be done other ways, but... This could be an init preset of the thing. I love it. How about the two-layer version? Would that work fine? The first one was better. Undo, let's test it. Click. But otherwise, no complaint. Click again. Why does it click? I mean, nothing major with the clicks. I'll shove some phaser first. Why is it disabled? All right. It's fine. It's fine. And it's working very nicely for us. So let's do something more technical. Let's do a kick drum. Again. Sorry. Okay. Can I modulate the pitch really quickly? Let's start with this. We never tried that. How good are you really? Are you really a sine? Let's start with that. Are you a sine? You are. That's good. Fold distortion, asymmetric distortion. So second harmonic is there. That's good. So shaping right away. Just the volume, also fine. Different. Quite nice. Mono. You're kidding me. Okay, it's a design decision. This page is mono. You just don't like the decision. I hope we had like advanced CPU is advanced enough to just use this damn thing to the stereo potential. You know how good Piano Tech sounds when it's in stereo. You know how good it does sound because it has these, multiple virtual microphones and things like that. Just because of this alone, it can sound like insanely good. I'm just telling you right now. P9, let me try something, test it. Very, very realistic. And a big portion of it is this. This is why it is realistic. And in here, we got mono. Okay, stop complaining. Let's test the envelopes. How far can your pitch go? 48, that's not good enough for a kick, I guess, but we'll try still. Yeah, sure. Go down. Okay. Kind of percussive enough. How do I shape this? Still not enough. And I think I cannot lock the phase, right? Guys, how many more decades before we start giving us the phase controls? Can you see this? I don't like that. So I kind of can't get any continuity here. And I don't think there's a way for me to. It's very limited. Is there something in the mod matrix that could help me? Maybe there is, let's say, how do I create a new one? Like this? No. I cannot just create a new one? Destination plus remove. Oh, okay. So can I create a map? Because Dune works like that. A mapping that is, these are not, this is what I'm modulating with and not the destination. Okay, is there something like a constant velocity? But no, there's no constant. So that means it doesn't have this concept of, assigning a constant in the modulation matrix to something. This is detrimental, guys. Let me give you a very, 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 very short demonstration. You combine these two things. You combine saw and square. Okay, it stopped acting up. Now it's phase locked. What did I do wrong? Am I to blame? Why is it phase locked now? Or are they phase locked to each other, but not to the note itself? Looks similar to me. I guess they are phase locked to each other and similarly. I need to get like a shorter ping to be completely sure. Is this my default? Yeah, that's good. Intuitive enough. Yeah, sounds snappy. Sounds locked to me. So what was going wrong when I was doing the envelope then? This is phase locked. I was wrong before, but I had the information to go by to tell you that it wasn't phase locked. So is there any difference? I guess there is, by the way. No? Is there? Are the envelopes to blame? I am not sure. Let me normalize. No, they are not the same. They are not the same. This is on me. I just held the key, but the head is different, so they are not phase locked. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Give me an option. Just give me an option. Just give like a little, little icon up there. All right, so let's do, what was I going to do? A kick. So I guess I'm stuck with physical modeling then. If I cannot get a percussive tail, I can get the tone. I can get the afterwards. And I can get the sample here, so that would be my kick, I guess, I can start with something that is strike. How striking is your strike? Yeah, that's a strike, but that's what I'm looking for. What if I use my sample? It's tonal. It's not good for the percussion. Perk one. Okay, that's not kick, but I'll use that. Obviously, I can just load the sample here. And let me shorten it like I did before. Like this. There we go. Okay, and this is my tone. And say I want to make something like that. Okay, easy enough, but this is like very, very rudimentary basic design. I just added two things together. I don't need a paid synth for that. But I can combine it with this, which is more useful. But let me do a tone that goes down like boom, right? So for that, we need a bunch more decay, not a lot of mapping, so just modest. And more decay here. Okay. Again, simple layering things, but it works. Hope you can hear it fine. I guess it's very soft for you, right? I don't get why that is. Like, okay. So, our favorite? The lowest one is a bit too much. Yeah, 2 octave separation is good enough. That's a nice transformation, cannot lie. Makes me smile. Yep. Good, fun. But I did not come here for that. I wanted to make a good usable percussive sound. How do I map this? Why is it scraping? Can you hear that? Huh. Just like your Tetra OP, by the way, does the same thing with the sine. So I guess you're cutting corners somewhere, man. Yeah, it's not a sine. Oh, I am doing something to it, don't I? I don't. See, this is not a sine, I guess, because it doesn't sound or look like a sine. This is kind of squished. Let me find some of the final moments of the waveform. Yeah, can you see this? This. So this is what I hear. It's just very soft. Not only I can hear that and I don't like it, but if I had to do any upward compression on it, which is very useful, I would be instantly able to tell. This is not my sample. This is just a sine. That's not good. Does the same thing. You cannot really tell, but the thing that it goes down with also, I think square is the cleanest one for some reason. This is really dirty. We're saving some CPU here for you guys, but yeah, it's dirty. I don't like this. Okay, so let's get to something that I do like. Let's create a proper drum head going into a djembe like this, right? Just, some nice resonating things. Drum head. In harmonics. A lot of in harmonics, please. And a lot of partials as well. And a strong material and a bright hit right there. Not a lot of decay here because this is our strike. And some decay here. Yeah, it doesn't sound as I'm expecting it to, so I might be doing something wrong. Should I do this instead? Okay, this is very nice. How about I randomize some of that? We didn't touch on randomization. We have 4 of randomization sources for that. As far as I can tell, this is like a walk randomization that does the sample and hold thing once I'm pressing. No, not all the time, not every time. Oh, maybe it does it every time, but sometimes it just sticks into the sample same position. Let me do some stereoizer. Not a lot of it, just to give it some presence and in-your-face quality. And let's look for something that we might like. Okay, this is the stick, right? Just pay attention that if I didn't layer this, it doesn't have this nice sound. So that's how we fake that we do have these higher harmonics and, in general, the highs. This is how they did it with the Roland, what was it, D50? So they had PCM samples to do the attack and then the synths to do the tone. Because RAM was even more expensive than now, guys, believe it or not. Yeah. What did I screw up? Let me back up here. Everyone, do this for your synths, please. Good undo. Clean. Working. I like it. About the stereoizer, yeah, it's working fine. So what if it was parallel? This is literally just a stick, or am I doing something wrong? Is my decay that short? Let me try the combination of them once again. But this time was, yeah, this is more of what I was looking for. This is very clean when the decay is down, but if it resonates a bit more, it gives me this, can you hear that? Kind of a metallic kind of quality. Let me go down. And if it goes down, it kind of loses the tone, which is also very nice and very useful to, make an impression that you have this like metallic, percussive, whatever. This is a very low octave, by the way. And from here, it becomes more tonal. And you can make it, you can create a support for that. Do I still have anything mapped here? Yeah. Bit uncomfortable to see what do I have mapped, or I'm not used to it, but double clicking works fine. This is how you support. Just a little bit for the tone. If it's down there, it's already too low, so I guess I'll close the gap a bit more. Octave up. Can I type, by the way? Yeah, I can. Let's test that. 24, enter. Okay. And also this works fine. How is the undo feeling? Good enough. 24. No complaints at all. Let's give it some, a bit more tone. And also I'd like to shape the ADSR for that separately. I'm running out of envelopes here, unfortunately. Do I have a choice? LFO, do I have a choice to run it as an envelope? Trigger, sync envelope, I do. Okay, that's good. 4 ADSRs is adequate. I like unlimited modulation options, especially with the layering. But these things just don't exist. Unlimited options. Instead, we have faceplant. Now let's work on the velocity. We're doing fine here. Really not a drum that I was going in to create, but I guess you can understand my excitement here. Let me drag it down. Yeah, because it's a bit too obvious. Oh, we have remaps. Can I edit that? No, just reset. Still good. I'm still very happy we have that. And polarity, good. Everyone's learning. That's very good. Okay, where is our magical button? This is ridiculous. All right. You are not permitted to sample this and sell this on Splice. Okay? Oh my god. A bit too loud. This is a bit too low now. Should I bump it up a bit more even? Like this? Doesn't really help. Yeah, this is better. Let me play with this. Let's create something more of a bad quality. So first of all, you can use the exciter still, but you can also use this. And this, as I told you before, it kind of rings out. This enables you can shape the ringing. This can create kind of a plucky situation if we had our decay lower. Still lacks the definition, but it lacked it before, so it's fine. This is better. We can do both at the same time. Now let's play with the decay. Okay, this is the brighter decay. What about the longer decay? Yeah. Amazing. This is silly. Which I like. I like silly. Be clear, this is not your synth, this is your washout preset for Valhalla Supermassive. Feel free to copy it if you like it. This is what I was sending. Yeah, I was trying to do something like this, maybe. And I was trying to ignite the tone more because I have this sign that doesn't want to go there. Should I bump it up more? Yeah. Should I drag this down an octave down? Okay, if I map this to random, we're going to get very interesting stuff. Especially drowned out. Okay. We can score our first horror game. A bit too much going on in the distortion. Let me isolate one Oh, just a lot of different tones going on. Obviously. Okay, I should wrap up at this at some point, I guess. Let's test the filters, and then I'll be done with it, I promise. Let's test the filters. Do we have filters? Because I saw them, right? We do. Because filters is an vowel. Do we have custom? No, but we already have the modal filters right in here. Let me reset everything. By the way, this is a random preset as far as I understand, and not a randomness inside the plugin. So because we're here, randomness leads us nowhere. But in here, you will just get a different things like that. Okay. Let me disable the thing. Big drum again. And do some testing with the filters. Let's start with something simple that I know. Okay, is this? Yeah, I thought I pressed saw. Yeah, this is a sol, right? Sounds fine. Let's... How about the resonance? Ladder? Cannot test it with the unison voice, but this is not the synth, I guess, for that. So let's create a nice block that does not belong in this synth and belongs in Serum or something like this. Is it not nimble enough to do the 27 milliseconds jump? Like, it's not 27 milliseconds, am I crazy? Maybe it is. Maybe it is actually. Yeah, no resonance, please. Let's do a bit less of that. How do I ask velocity to interfere? Can I do that? No, that's like a bad sign. Can I do it in here? Can I do it like this maybe? Oh, this is how it works. Okay, this works for me. Have to go higher now. Why is it velocity sensitive? What did I do? Oh, I did this, right? I just did it a second ago. I need to go to sleep, I guess. It's very late at night and I'm playing with the thing. Okay, I want to test it combined with some of that. Let's get some nice cymbals going, something interesting. Good enough, not stereo. But you've heard me saying that all day, so I guess I'll stop at some point. Can I do that? Would that work? It does. That's good. This is my minimum. And this is my maximum. Fine. That's fine. I don't die completely, unfortunately. There's something... Yeah, that's my fault. Do I have a hold? I saw there was a proper envelope in here. That's very good. Okay. Why do we die right away? Don't we have sustain? We don't have enough decay? We don't have enough hold? Yeah, we don't have enough hold. A bit more decay. Okay, that's fine. Why are they dying? Don't I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Only 6 voices. Okay, let me bump it up. That's concerning. They still die, so let me test this thing that we had here. That's so weird, man. The way it's supposed to behave in this situation is something like this. Let me open some very simple preset I have here. Should sound something like this. You know, more coherent and without the voices breaking up, which they do right here. And I don't know how did I cause that, because I think that happened when I switched to this. Yeah, it goes very fast down, doesn't... It's as if it's jumping from the hold position. I think I might have found the bug in my grammar. I think I found a bug. Let me... This is my default. Let's do something very simple like this, just to be safe. This is my square. So the expected behavior is when I release this before the decay phase stops, I get the release phase like this, from this position or from this position. From whatever position I was able to reach. But I think that in here we had, yeah, we have a step. Guys, that's weird. Should I give it more release? This sounds good to me. What was the problem before? Back it up again. It would be a bit embarrassing if I imagined it. No, it sounds kind of straight to me. So what was the problem then? Let me just lower the volume down, just in case. No, it's definitely choking. The filter is fast enough? Maybe that's the problem. No, still choking. Still choking. And in here, does that help? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And I don't know what causes that. All right. Wasn't able to create any, didn't get to, rather, creating any good percussive things for you. Although I still lament that I cannot do that with the stereo option, a stereo option. Let's do something really quickly. Let's do something metallic, like a plate that is made of metal and is in harmonic and is very short, like this. Okay, so let me hit it with vengeance, give it some decay, maybe give it some randomization in here. Okay, that's a bit too much. Very interesting, still not what I was looking for. Let's combine it with some noise then. That's a bit more shiny, but it's shinier when I need to. No, this is not what we need. This is more trianglish, I guess. Oh, that's so nice. I like this so much. Just stumbled upon it randomly. Where do I get this click from? No direct out in here. And I cannot... Can you see that? I cannot fade it out. That's unfortunate. This is weird. Yeah, so I don't yet know about me creating like good hats with that, although I anticipate it will be possible. So what are my first impressions after this long video that I've recorded for you? I think it's great. I think it has its limitations. Some of them are natural. Some of them, meaning that like our CPUs are really not ready for it. Maybe some of them are, in terms of design, I don't know how complicated is it to create very complex model filters. So you heard my complaints. I won't repeat them. And most of the things that I used here, I really enjoyed. Some of them are really easily fixable, like copying the layer from A to B swiftly. That would be very, very much appreciated. Absolutely. I didn't get to test glide or curve. I have some weird behavior with things before with the chord, with the block. But again, we can work with that with the developer and discuss why that happened and things like that. So the usual process just came out, you know, like a couple of weeks ago, I guess, maybe a bit more. So yeah, in any case, I think this is a very interesting product. I think this gives us a ton more options in terms of physical modeling that we had before. Something like that was able with Myth. It has model filters and you could tune that. And they were very high quality, but that's why they were extremely CPU very CPU unfriendly, which I would prefer to a complete lack of this option, if I'm being honest. Once again, I'm going to like reiterate that. Other things, I think all of these modulation options will be plentiful. Maybe I missed something. I didn't get to my usual range of instruments I create to evaluate a synth. But in any case, I think this is very, very worth of your time, at least to play with trial version, at least. And if you want to find all the fine people who will create by the end of this month, like 20 or 30 tracks, and want to root for them, you can just go to the page of KVR One Synth Challenge, or you can register in KVR forums, make at least 20 posts, and then you'll get, I think it was 20 or 30, and then you get your right to vote in this contest. And that's how you, you place all the tracks, because usually we all vote for ourselves. And sometimes, in my opinion, it's weird. We need some, listeners' input. And that will help balance out, I think, the crowd that is very, very tech heavy, tech savvy, and understands things and listens through that lens as well. I'm not saying they're not, music enjoyers. I'm just saying they have their interests and knowledge and sometimes biases that, kind of skews the voting for the better or for the worse, whatever. I'm just saying, what I meant to say is that it's great and you should go check it out. So I think we're done here. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this extremely long recording which I guess would be, I don't know, go to sleep recording or something. And if you enjoyed it, just go to my main channel. This is a throwaway channel where I just dump things randomly. And Thiago and reFX, if you want to talk, let's talk. Hugs and kisses. It was Vospi. See ya.